Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, based on where you're logging in from. I'm JC from Sierra, and it's great to be hosting another one of our monthly webinar series. We're super excited for this one because our speaker is one of our most respected our most requested speakers and respected. So we did a webinar with him back in October 2022, and we have been getting requests for his content ever since then. So we're super excited. But before we get started, go ahead and drop us a note in the chat. We'll do a quick tech check and make sure everybody can hear us. Give me a thumbs up and let me know. All right, looks like we are good. Perfect, perfect. So just a couple quick things. We are going to be recording this, so I will go ahead and send out the recording later today, so you guys don't have to worry about that. We'll get that out to you, so check your email later today. And we'll go ahead and get started because I know everybody wants to hear from our guest and not from me. So without further ado, Mr. Pantana. Jason Pantana is a coach and trainer for the Tom Ferry International and a co-host of the popular marketing and conversion strategy seminar Marketing Edge, which you guys haven't been yet. Definitely check it out on Tom Ferry's website and go to some of those events. They're fantastic. He has areas of expertise including social media strategy, digital marketing, and developing an eye for emerging business trends. If you've ever heard him speak, you know how captivating that is. And attendees and trainees of his talks learn how to harness the power and reach of Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and other mass online platforms. So without further ado, Jason, I'll hand it over to you.
JC, thank you so much. And I am super stoked to be with everybody today. And I appreciate the comments about requested and respected. That means a ton to me. And I will try to live up to those expectations today. We have a fire hose of content for the next 60 minutes. 58 minutes. So we better get to it. I'm going to keep my eye on the chat today. So if I say something that, I don't know, challenges you, or you have a question about it, or you have an idea, or you want to say, no, Jason, you're wrong, you should do this. I want this to be a massive brainstorm interactive webinar together whereby we can together achieve the best results, get the best insights, the best knowledge, and execute with precision in your marketing to help you get more listings. So I'm going to get my screen loaded up here, and you should be seeing the title slide right now. Can I get a confirmation in the chat that you see my slides properly? Are we good? Yes, we do. Thank you, Emily, for being the first to respond on that. I am grateful. Today's session is called Listing Magnet, Marketing Methods to Level Up on Listings. We all know how the sayings go. You got to list to last. Whoever controls the inventory controls the marketplace. This is all about this market, especially now with news that's been happening and the changes unfolding today. More than ever before, the ability to generate listings is a defining trait of top producers. I'm going to say it again. The ability to generate listings is a defining trait of top producers. Now, there are lots of ways to get listings. There are prospecting methods. There are marketing methods. Today's conversation is, I'm willing to bet you guessed it, marketing methods for generating listings. So I'm not saying stuff like FSBOs and expireds and prospecting-based activities aren't the way to go. They're a great way to go. This is just an and then. This is the marketing that's going to attract inbound opportunities and position you as a dominant listing agent in your local marketplace. Now, for those who I haven't met yet, it's really great to meet you. I can't see any of you, but I know you're there, and I know you're smiling, and I know you're having a great time. And if it would be interesting to you, I'd love to connect on social media. I'm on Instagram, YouTube, X, Facebook, whatever platform you're on. Just scan that code there. It will take you to my link tree, and you can choose whatever placement you want to connect on by just scanning that code. I would love to be a resource for you. I love being in the field, in the trenches with real estate professionals just like you, helping to work through the mechanics of marketing to help you achieve the outcomes you want for your business. It's in my DNA as a business coach. I've been coaching with Tom Ferry. I joined Tom right here in circa 2016. And I love working with Tom. You can see the slides as a decade of dominance. We've been rated the #1 coaching program for the past 10 years running. That was by the Swanpool Power 200, which Swanpool is kind of like the JD Power and Associates, if you will, in the real estate space. And this is an accolade that we're incredibly proud of, because ultimately the success of we ourselves as a coaching entity is contingent on the success of our coaching clients. If our coaching clients weren't selling more houses, I should say listing and selling more houses, then we could hardly wear the title of the best and top real estate coaching and training platform in the world for the last 10 years in a row. So the success of our clients is ultimately the measure of our success. And so you can expect today a lot of different case study. I'll be walking through example after example after example of what coaching clients, rock star agents, just like you, are doing in their respective businesses to generate listings. On the screen, you just see sort of a sampling and a smattering of just different coaching clients within our ecosystem and the different types of activities they perform. And we have this motto that we use. It's embedded into the ethos of Tom Ferry Coaching called Rip Off and Duplicate. We call it R&D. And so the way I would encourage you to listen today is through the prism of R&D. What will you take away today that you can rip off and duplicate? I'm going to share a lot of different marketing techniques that are designed to help you position and win listings. Some of what I share may be right up your alley. Some of what I share may not be something you're super comfortable with, or there could be a learning curve, or whatever the reasons might be. It may not be as attractive to you as maybe another idea. That is fine. What I ultimately care about is that today you walk away with at least one solid idea that you can rip off and duplicate. One strategy, one tactic minimum to help you become listing dominant. Today is all about marketing to help position yourself to become listing dominant. You get what you attract. And so what we seek to attract in your marketing mix is listings. That is the name of the game, is more listings. And we're going to look at that through three different activities, or three different magnets, if you will. So the title of the session today is called Listing Magnet, as in like I hold up a magnet and zoom, I suck listings, or I attract listings to my business. And the three ways we're going to approach that is through one, local discovery. Section 2 is going to be called Social Showcase. Section 3 is going to be called Lead Magnets. So this is the agenda for the next, I've got 53 minutes and counting. We're going to talk about local discovery. How do you get locals to find you online when they're looking for the best realtor in your marketplace? 2 is going to be social media and video. And then part 3 is going to be a bonus section that is, I'm going to be honest with you, a little bit technical. So I prepare you now to brace yourself. It's a little bit technical, but it's awesome. It's going to be crazy. And if and when you execute on the idea, it's going to be phenomenal. It's just through the use of lead magnets. More on that when I get to section 3. Let's kick it off first by talking about local discovery. How do we get customers who exist digitally? The fact is, homeowners who own properties they want to sell, they live in your local marketplace. They are in your area, but the question is, how do we get them to find you on Google, online, on the internet? Now, we know that Google is the #1 search engine in the world. And in North America, it does not disappoint. Over 90% of all online searches happen on Google. Yahoo, Bing, they're nothing by comparison. Is generative AI, like ChatGPT, starting to encroach? Yes, in some ways, but not in the ways that you might imagine. So for example, when you think about SEO, which stands for search engine optimization, basically the way people seek out information online, and how do you optimize your website and your content to be discovered by those searches online, search engine optimization. When you think about it, Google has sort of a moat around 2 areas of online search that are mission critical right now. One is searching for products, which Amazon's got a good presence there too, obviously. But product search and business search, products and services. And so if you go looking for products or services on Google, that is not the type of search that might find itself occurring very frequently on ChatGPT or some generative AI solution like that. So what I mean to say right now, and this is a little bit just extra info for you, what I mean to say right now is Google is alive and well, and Google is strong. Google has about 8.5 billion searches conducted every single day worldwide. People go to Google to search for all sorts of things. They go, I don't know, searching to see like, hey, can eating a hot dog permanently change my voice? Or whatever randomness they're inquiring on Google. Or they go looking for a business just like yours. And that's the scenario that I want to dive into today, is that they go looking for a business just like yours. So for example, I have this stat on the screen. And it says almost half of all Google searches, and there's a lot of them, have local intent. So we already know, we've already established most searches happen on Google. Okay, got it. Well, think about it through the eyes of Google. If you're running a website called google.com, I can't type, I don't know why I went to Google Images. I can't type apparently. I'm on Google. What is Google? Google is this magic search bar in the middle of a screen, and it implies a promise. The inherent promise of that magic search bar is I can seek out whatever I want across the entire internet. And the value proposition of Google is that it has crawled and indexed every available website that exists known to people, and it can, by order of relevance, rank the most relevant results. So I can find whatever I'm looking for. I can research whatever I want to know about. That's Google's value proposition. And so it's just this magic bar. And if you're Google, you're like, okay, well, think about it like this. Half of our searches every day are looking for something local. Oh, well, then I guess we have to have a way, says Google, to determine what are the most relevant local results, not just global results, but local results. And then what's more interesting is that, think about this. So there's 8.5 billion searches every day on Google, period. Half almost are local. And of the near half that are local, this is what I want you to remember, more than 90% of those are actually not just local searches, they're local business searches. They're looking for a business in particular. One more stat for you. I'm just going to overload you with stats for a second here. You might be thinking like, well, who really searches for realtors online? Actually, quite a few people. For every 85 times somebody does a search for coffee near me, 5 people search for a realtor near them. Comparatively, though, people search for coffee and drink coffee every day. People do not buy houses every day. And so there's a real opportunity to get discovered by people who are looking for real estate agents online. I'll talk about how that conveys to sellers here just momentarily. The way that Google responds to this intent, this local intent, is through what they call Google Business Profiles. You've seen a screen like this before. I ran a search called Best Realtor in Huntington Beach, California. And what I'm seeing here are the top 3 Google Business Profiles being displayed in what's called Google's Map Pack. A map pack is a section of Google search that shows part map and then the top 3 business listings, the top 3 business profiles for that specific search. The search was Best Realtor in Huntington Beach, California. Now, I want you to keep in mind a couple of things. One, there are potentially thousands of other real estate agents who might have Google Business Profiles in your marketplace. And Google wants to get laparoscopic and get down to the 3 that are the most relevant. That's one piece to keep in mind. The other is the nature of the search. What do buyers search on Google? Well, buyers search for houses. Homes for sale under $1 million in whatever marketplace. Homes on the golf course. Homes, blah, blah, blah. They're searching for houses. That is the inherent nature of a buyer. They're searching for houses. I need to be careful. My Google Home is listening to me. Stop listening. I've activated it. It's now talking in the background. I need a code word. I'm going to say Yahoo. It won't like that one bit. That's still listening. It's okay. So buyers search for houses. What do sellers search for? Well, sellers are far more likely to seek out the service provider because a seller who wants to sell their house, they might search for what's my home worth. They might even search for houses because we know that a good percentage of sellers are buyers and vice versa. But I want you to hear this loud and clear. It is far more likely that it would be a seller who searches for the best realtor near me, so to speak, who looks for the best, most capable listing agent in your local marketplace. Take Tammy Price, one of our rockstar clients. She's a good case study from us. She's generating an extra 20 plus listings per year simply off of her Google Business Profile. And what's awesome about it is the techniques I'm going to show you are pretty passive. This doesn't cost her any money. She makes the adjustments and then they just work. One of the benefits of SEO and search engine optimization is it's different than social media. Social media and search engines are different in the same way, in the sense that once you start ranking on Google, and once you become the preferred result in Google, it has a longer seniority there, meaning you're not going to just fall off. And it's like if I post a video on Instagram, that video is going to be popular for like a day, maybe 2 days, and then it's dead. It's nothing. So the only way I stay in people's feeds on a platform like Instagram is I have to keep posting. Keep it going. But with Google, it's not that you can be completely MIA or radio silent, but you don't have to do it as often all the time. So there's a level of momentum that gets created in SEO, which to me is a major selling point of it. What's more, we know that sellers are looking for the best realtor on Google and they're reading your clients' reviews. And so I want you to win, just like Tammy's winning, with more than 20 come list me calls a year. Last year, for instance, she got 22 come list me calls organically for free off her Google Business Profile. Now, if you're taking notes and we're going fast, I'm going to make 3 recommendations. There's a prerequisite here. I already expect that you have a Google Business Profile. If you do not have a Google Business Profile, you need only go to Google and say Google Business Profile and then hit search, and it will tell you the links to click on, and you can set up a Google Business Profile. There are a billion different YouTube videos and tutorials that will teach you how to set up a Google Business Profile. You don't need my time to explain that. Where I believe I can shed the most light today is in giving you an edge, because remember, there are thousands of other competing real estate agents in your marketplace. I want to focus our time together for this section on how to help you rank first in that map pack, because all the money gets made in the map pack. I want you to be the one who is discovered and seen first by sellers in your local marketplace. I'm just peeking at the comments really quick. I see a note here that says it's really hard to update your Google Business Profile. Any suggestions? Yes and no. Sherry, I'm going to ask you for some context. When you say it's really hard to update it, like it's really hard to find where to update it, or it's really hard for Google to keep your updates without changing them or reverting them back. Can you clarify that? I think those are the 2 either ors that I'm looking for. Clarify in the chat if you would. Oh, really hard to find where to update it? Okay, well, let's pause. I can make that super easy for you. I'm going to share my screen. All you have to do is be logged into Google. I've got to move me. I don't think I can. Oh, I can. Let me move me off my screen. There we go. Do you see I'm logged in right here to my right Google account? The first step is to make sure you are logged in to whatever Google account is associated with your Google Business Profile. And then I simply click on the apps, and I can scroll down and I click on the Business Profile Manager. Kaboom. Now, I manage a lot of my clients' business profiles. I'm going to click on the FARs, just as an example. And it will take you to a screen, Sherry, that looks just like this, where you click Edit Profile, Read Reviews, Messages, Photos, Performance, Advertise, Edit Products, Edit Services. All the editing goes down right here. So step 1, make sure you're logged into the right Google account with which the profile is associated, and then just click on the apps, click on the Business Profile Manager, and kaboom, you are in business. I hope that helps. All right. Jumping back over to the slides here. I'm going to give you 3 techniques or tactics that are going to help you stand out and cut through all the competitors in that map pack. 1 is through the use of reviews. I'm going to point out a couple of specific details. I'm going to hit these fast, so stick with me. I'm going to hit them fast. I want you to notice the search phrase here. I did a search for best realtor in Huntington Beach, California. Let's think about what are my, we call them keywords or terms. Well, I searched best realtor. Okay, so I'm looking for not the best plumber, not the best pizza, but the best realtor. That's a keyword. And I'm looking for them in a specific location. I provided what's called a location term in Huntington Beach, California. I didn't say near me. I actually ran this search from Nashville, where I live, and then it was relevant to that detected location. And then here's one of my clients, Sack and Stone Team Realtor, and it says here there's a snippet that comes from one of the client's reviews. He is the best realtor in Huntington Beach. And I want you to notice how it emboldens the phrase best realtor. Why did it embolden the phrase best realtor? Well, it's because I said best realtor. You have to consider Google's struggle. There's thousands. I mean, this guy's in Huntington Beach. Tens of thousands of other agents who it could rank. And in a split second, Google has to decide the most relevant results to show. And so it starts reading through your customers' reviews, and it says, oh, the client here said they're the best. They must be. And so Google is providing you a clue. They call these justifications. When you see snippets like this below the listed map pack, it is a justification for why Google chose to rank this profile. So if I were you, I would run every which way search I can imagine in my marketplace. Top realtors in my area, best realtors, just run the different searches and then start scanning through and looking for the evidence that Google cites as its reasons for why it chose to rank these profiles. And all you're doing then is saying, well, okay, so if I can give it that, if I can give it that, if I can feed Google that, it will start to rank me. I hope that makes sense. I'm going to peek at the comments again. Ginger, I see your question. I'm going to try to have time to get back to it. I think I might answer it inherently in a few of these, but we're going to keep going. Now I see Zach saying, have dozens of Zillow reviews, spanning 10 years, but only 2 on Google. Best way to get past clients to leave reviews on Google. Zach, I'm not being condescending. It's to ask them. It's to earnestly ask them. And I want you to consider, Zach, it's not always about the most reviews. It's about the rotation of reviews, the rhythm of reviews. Google is looking at expecting you to have reviews being published on an episodic basis, on a recurring basis. So like a lot of agents make a mistake. They go on a hunt and I'm going to get like 50 reviews in the next 2 days. No, you don't want to do that. You'd be better served to say, I'm going to aim to get 1 review a week, or I'm going to get 2 reviews a month, and try to get Google to recognize the earnest consistency, because that's going to make a bigger difference. Here's the moral of the takeaway right now, because we could talk for hours about a Google Business Profile. In fact, I have a whole course on Google Business Profiles. Google, this is what I want you to hear. Google is reading your customers' reviews and it's looking for keywords. That's what I'm telling you right now. It's reading your customers' reviews and it's looking for keywords. So what are the most important keywords? Well, I'm going to break it into some grammar school for us. Nouns, verbs, modifiers. What's a noun? A person, place, or thing. You should encourage your clients when leaving reviews to use the full name of your business so that you're getting SEO for the name of your business. You should encourage your clients to mention where they bought or sold. They did it in Nashville. They did it in Milwaukee. Where? What are some location terms? And then big one here, the trade of your business. Terms like realtor, real estate agent, terms that describe what you do. Verbs, what did they do? They bought, they sold, they listed, they leased. They relocated, they moved. Terms that describe the action of what they did with you. And then last, modifiers. These are like words that describe or modify nouns and verbs. So adjectives and adverbs. I know this is a fire hose coming at you. Terms like best, top, listing, luxury. I want you to picture a word cloud of what you believe are the highest intent words and phrases that a customer looking for you might search on Google. And then when you ask for reviews on Google, you could say something like this, Zach. You could say, hey, thank you so much for agreeing to write a review for my business. Hey, by the way, when you do that, Google's a search engine. And if and when it feels appropriate, could you integrate any of these key choice words or phrases? And then just give them a few ideas, best realtor or something like that. And say, thanks a bunch, I appreciate it. And let them naturally weave those in so that Google can take the bait. Because Google is looking to justify which profile should be ranked above others. And it is looking at the reviews for keywords that are the exact match keyword of what the customer is searching. So what are customers searching to trigger that map pack? They're looking for best realtor in your local marketplace, top realtor in your local marketplace, best real estate agent in your local marketplace, best real estate agents in your local marketplace. They're looking for, and this is a little bit of nuance, the word realtor versus realtors, the word real estate agent versus real estate agents, the word best versus top. I want you to picture, what do you think are the words that customers are searching for the most? And I know this is a lot. I'm going to give you a little trick. If you go to Google, like, Zach, where are you based? Just tell me really quick. In the chat, Zach, where are you at? I'm waiting. All right, I'm going to just do one. I'm just going to guess. So best realtor in, I'm going to say Richmond, VA. Okay, so I did a search for best realtor in Richmond, VA. These are Google local services ads. They're cool, but they're very saturated, so ignore those. Here's our map pack. It looks like this. My phrase is best realtor, but and I want you to notice this map pack is like very high on the Google search results. What happens if I make it plural though? Best realtors. The map pack goes much lower. It's gone right now. So what I would encourage you to do is in your local marketplace, test different combinations of words, and bear in mind that the higher on the page Google shows that map pack, that means Google is showing that map pack to those people more often. It has a greater confidence in the relevance that based upon your search phrase, you're looking for that map pack. I hope that connected. If not, let's keep moving anyways. Second thing you can do to optimize your Google Business Profile is adjust your services. So in your profile, if you go to your profile manager, let me hop over there really quick. I'm in a profile manager, like I showed you before. You can click on edit services and you can add services here. That's what I want you to know so far. I want you to notice though, we're looking once again at a map pack and it says provides best real estate agents. Well, that's interesting. Like, who provides best real estate agents? Well, what you'll notice, and this is pretty savvy, is I've got a search right here for best realtor Chicago. And I'm looking at the map pack and notice here it says provides top Chicago real estate broker. Right there, it says it on the screen for us. Okay, well, that's, if you do say so yourself, Carrie, the top Chicago real estate broker. Okay, well, if I click on more businesses right here, it will take me out of the map pack and load what's called a local panel. And I can see more listings, but I can also click on Carrie's business here where it says provides top real estate broker, and I can actually spy on her services and I can see where she says it. And you're going to notice something here. She says top Chicago real estate broker, top real estate agent. She says, got some other ones in here too. Let me see what else we got. They're buried within. Lots of different services. I want to click on Ben's for a second. This is Ben Lawless. He's one of our clients. If I click on services and I see here, he is offering services such as Best Realtor Chicago. He's offering services, Zillow Homes for Sale. That's funny. MLS listings. He's just dropping in keywords that are going to try to get his profile to rank. The ones I would say are most important are, remember, when a customer searches for best realtor near me or the best realtor in your marketplace, the intent of that search phrase is such that they're probably looking for a listing agent. And so you may not want to just say or profess, I'm the best real estate agent in my marketplace. That may seem a little bit ostentatious for your taste. So what you could say is something like, striving to be the best real estate agent in Richmond, Virginia. What matters is that you're feeding Google the keywords that people are searching for, because then Google can use those keywords that are within the reviews your customers leave, and they're also within the services that you say you provide, and say, oh, look, they provide exactly what this customer is searching for. How perfect. It's just a puzzle piece that fits together. So adding services, now I wouldn't go adding 50 of these to your services, but adding 2 or 3 that you've decided are the most important keywords. So for example, if you decide, hey, best real estate agent is more important than best realtor, just if based upon your own research, if you decide that, then choose the one you think is the most important. But those keywords, they matter. Google is looking to rank the most relevant results, and it can infer your relevance based upon how closely you match the intent of the search. What are local customers searching for when they're looking for a business like yours? And I can tell you, it's words and phrases like top real estate agent, best realtor, etc. in your local marketplace. That is the nature of today's online service comparison shopper, i.e. future seller. All right, let's dive back in. One more to show you. And this next one is website. So we have justifications. I showed you review justifications, services justifications, and now website justifications. Their website also mentions top realtor. I want you to make a note of this, that Google is always Googling you. Google's always looking you up. And so one mistake I see a lot of professionals make is they add all these keywords into their services, but they don't add the same keywords on your website. And so what happens is Google will often review your website and say, hey, does this check out? This business in their profile claims all these keywords, but I don't see any of those keywords on their website, so I'm going to remove them. But if you add the keywords to your website first, and then you add them as services, for example, then Google is going to audit your website and say, oh, look, it checks out all the same keywords on the website. Looks good to me. And then it approves the keywords. Obviously, don't litter your page with keywords. That's called keyword stuffing, but a little goes a long way. So remember, Google's always Googling you. It's important that your website is a reflection and a mirroring of the same terminology you want Google to recognize you for on your actual Google business profile. I can already tell, based upon how fast I'm talking, you're going to want to watch the recording on this. There's a lot of dense information in here, so just keep on rolling with it. So Kristen says, can the keywords be on any page on my website? Yes and no. I'm going to give you my recommendations. Great question. Perfect segue. Let's dive into it. First, your bio. Who is your bio really about? It's really about who your customer needs you to be. I don't really care where you went to school or that you were summa cum laude or whatever. I don't really care that you like playing the piano. I don't care. And neither does your customer necessarily. What is important is that you are feeding Google information about yourself that they are looking for when they're trying to hire a professional just like you. So for example, as a hypothetical, what if my bio on my website, the About page, read something like this, hypothetically? Jason Pantana has been proudly serving the Nashville real estate community for the past 10 plus years, always striving to be the best realtor with whom any buyer or seller or listing that's a luxury property, blah, 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 has ever worked with. I didn't say I'm the best realtor, but I got my keyword in there. I would use a tool like ChatGPT to help you embed and infuse the keywords that are the most high intent search keywords for sellers in your local marketplace into your bio. That's the first page, is your bio. Now, the good news is your websites are already freaking SEO optimized. I will say this proudly. Sierra websites have great SEO, great structure, great architecture. You're working on a super solid platform. From a user-generated standpoint, I think your bio could be better. Your bio is about who you need to be through the sense of customers finding you on Google. I hope that point makes sense. All right, let's keep on moving forward. Next section is communities pages. What are the areas you serve? It could be subdivisions. It could be zip codes. It could be townships. It could be counties, just based upon where you do business. But I'm recommending that you have a freaking keyword optimized page for every single area that you service. And I would, again, have ChatGPT help you write it. Hey, ChatGPT, I want you to infuse these types of keywords. I want 600 words on this topic, and have it help you write the contents of what is said on these pages, but you include communities pages inside of your platform. And the third placement is, and this is my most important one, your services pages. I'm sorry to tell you this. You and every other real estate agent anywhere that I've seen, and I'm sorry this sounds aggressive, I don't mean it to, but your services pages suck. I see services pages that say stuff like this: why hire me? And Google's like, hire who to do what? It's unclear because there's no SEO. Why hire who to do what? What if it said, instead of why list with us, it would say list your something, or like list your Nashville home with the Pantana group or something like that, where you start feeding the keywords that Google is desperately reaching for when customers search for businesses like yours. It's all about those keywords, the nouns, the verbs, the modifiers. All right, so the pages that matter the most. What if you had a super keyword optimized page for buying, for selling, for luxury, for investing, for commercial, for new construction, for residential development, for custom building, for relocation, for probate if you do that? What if you use a tool like ChatGPT to help you write the copy for the already awesome website you have, and just publish new additional pages that are designed to become magnets for seller intent searches? And what happens is your website has a reflection on Google's understanding of your profile's ranking. So let me say that a different way. If you want your Google business profile to rank higher on the search results, your website is a direct reflection of that. It's not just about optimizing the profile. It's about the profile paired with the website working together. That's your local SEO strategy. Now, like I said before, I do have a course. It's called Google Business Boss. It's part of the Marketing Pro suite of courses, and it's a 3-hour deep dive on a Google business profile. If you want 20% off, the code is WMP20. You can scan that code and save 20%, or just go to tomferry.com/marketingpro. You can buy one course or all the courses, but the 20% off applies any which way you want to do it, whatever works for you. Just scan the code if you want to learn more about Marketing Pro. Now, as I catch my breath, we're going to move into our second section. So the first magnet for sellers is SEO. It is specifically local discovery. The second is a social showcase. I want to talk to you about Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and social media all together through this one quote. So 1000 Watt is a marketing agency in the real estate space, and they do phenomenal consumer research. And 1000 Watt did a recent report on recent sellers, about what sellers believe to be the most valuable marketing tactics deployed by their listing agents. I'm going to say it again. What do sellers think you as a listing agent do that is the most important thing you do from a marketing standpoint? And here's what they said. Sellers cite social media promotion as the most valuable tactic of listing agents, ahead of both Zillow and the MLS. Wow. That's big talk right there. I mean, wow. Do you think that sellers don't believe Zillow or the MLS really matter much? No, I don't think that's what it means at all. I think what it really means is it's a dime a dozen. It doesn't matter who they list with. They can list with any agent, and that agent is going to give them the MLS and Zillow. They may not get Zillow Showcase, but they're going to get Zillow. What they're looking for, what this signifies, is that sellers, when it comes to which listing agent do they ultimately choose to hire, they want more. What can you give them? What stage can you put their home on that other agents in your marketplace cannot compete with? And what sellers cite as being the most important stage is the stage of social media. They want their home front and center on the stage, in the spotlight, basking in the glory of the crowd of buyers looking at their property. So I want you to think about this for a second. What if you marketed your face off with the listings you already have, knowing that those listings would lead to more listings, to more listings, to more listings, almost to the degree of living off your listings. One of the best ways to generate listings is to freaking knock out of the park your current listing. If you can do an exceptional job and market your listings in front of other future sellers, those sellers are going to say, that's what I want. More of that, please. I want that, please. And that's what rockstar agents like Chris Benjamin do. I love this video from Chris Benjamin. He has a really strong Instagram presence. He has built a stage for his sellers on Instagram. And I want you to see what he does. We call this a could be coming soon. This was an Instagram story. And what he did is in the background, he simply screenshotted a map and he's going to point to the area. I'll let him do the talking. He's on his way to a listing appointment. Check this out.
Wait, good morning. I am on the way to meet with a prospective seller. He is right in between this Eagle Rock Highland Park area. I wish I could give you more details. It's not official yet, but let me know if you're interested in a property like this. Houses like this in this neighborhood go very fast as soon as they hit the market. I'm trying to put together like a VIP list as soon as I have this thing locked down. Let me know if you're interested. Right here in the Highland Park, Eagle Rock area, gonna be a very cute house. Let me know if you guys are interested. Let me know right here.
So I love that story. And when somebody replies to a story, it goes to the DMs. He was en route. He was in a Tesla, so it was driving him. He wasn't actually on his phone. It was driving him. And by the time he got to his listing, he had 12 inquiries. Now, he used some language I loved. He used the language of exclusivity. This is a very desirable area, and homes like this go super fast. I used the wrong word. That created urgency. Oh my gosh, I better act quickly or the home's gonna be gone before I can know about it. So there was urgency, and then he invoked exclusivity when he said, I'm gonna put together a VIP list, so let me know. And so what happened is folks started DMing him. By the time he got to the listing appointment, he already had 12 prospective buyers, and he said, hey, I went ahead and just took the liberty of doing some work. I might have a buyer for your property. Legitimately, here's my phone. And he could show it to them. He got that listing because the seller thought, if you can do that in an hour, what can you do if I give you the exclusive listing agreement? And so he built a stage the seller saw value in. Every seller wants their home in the spotlight. And you as a listing agent, you have to look for those marketable moments, like going to the listing appointment, like putting the yard sign in. How can you work in public in a way that documents whenever you're getting more listings? Because do you think that sellers want to work with agents who list a few homes every now and again? Or do they want to work with somebody who does it all the time? I mean, I guess I could flip the question and say, if you're going for a surgery, do you want to have a surgery conducted by the surgeon who does a surgery every now and again? Or the pilot who flies a plane every now and again? Or the one who does it all the time? And the answer is the one who does it all the time. I would ask you the question, are you showcasing how much business you're doing in a way that gives onlookers a sense of confidence that, hey, you're the pilot who flies a lot of routes. You're the surgeon who does a lot of different procedures. And they therefore can place confidence in the fact that you have done well for others. They can do well for you also. All right, let's keep on moving. What are those marketable moments that need to be captured? It's putting the sign in the ground. It just sold. You're on your way to the appointment. What's going to be your social strategy to capture and document those marketable moments? And another question for you is, how are you driving demand? How are you leveraging social media to drive demand? What do I mean by that? I mean to activate a sense of, awareness, possibility. I think we might want to sell. That's what Shannon Mangin's doing with videos like this. She's using the green screen effect on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, etc. And once again, her DMs are exploding with these types of offers because she creates demand for her services. If you are not leveraging social media as a direct pathway to talk to prospective sellers, you are missing the media of the day. Check out this video. This thing is just ridiculous. I love it.
You got $95,000. $126,000. Let me hear you say $259,000.
This morning, we've been sending out equity reviews to our clients who are homeowners in the Austin area. Now, if you want to know how much equity you might have in your current home, all you have to do is DM us with your address. I will plug it into this calculator, and what's cool is it'll tell you how much you currently owe on the home. We'll help you do the math and figure out what your home is worth now, and then you will get your equity report. Now, one of our clients found out that their home has almost doubled since they've owned it, so they now have over $300,000 in equity, and their plan is to sell the home, cash out that equity, and use it to buy a nicer home that's a lot closer to where their son lives out of state. So send us a DM if you want your own equity review. And my big question for you is, what are you gonna do with that equity?
I love that video. It created tons of DMs, tons of conversations, tons of listing appointments. What's going to be your strategy to leverage social, bearing in mind that more than anything, what sellers want to see is you documenting their homes on social, working in public and so forth. Her name is Shannon Manjan. It's right there on the screen for you. Shannon Manjan, she's in Austin, Texas. And she's a great person and a great rock star agent. Okay, I got a question for you. Are you playing the long game? In other words, I've showed you so far Instagram stories, Instagram reels, vertical short form content, but what about long form content, which is pretty much to say YouTube? I don't know, I can tell you, of all the platforms that exist out there, as far as lead generation and actually attracting business, there's nothing quite like YouTube. And there's a big reason why that's the case. It's because YouTube is a search engine. YouTube is owned by Google, and the dominant way people find videos on YouTube is not by scrolling through a feed. You see, on platforms like Instagram and Facebook, it's all about scroll. But on platforms like YouTube, it's about search. And when a customer searches for a specific video to watch, well, that is representative that they're willing to watch for longer, that they probably expect a higher quality, but ultimately it means there's higher intent in their viewership. And so you can have a video on YouTube that can rank for years and years and years, like Brad McCallum here. This is Brad McCallum. He's in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. He's one of our Rockstar coaching clients. And let me tell you something, this guy is absolutely dominating it on YouTube. He has done so well on YouTube. And what you're looking at here is, I'll show it to you in a second, 11 minutes, 9 seconds, 195,000 views, 10,000 watch hours. This one video gained him 2,000 subscribers. A view on YouTube is a 30-second continuous watch. So like, if you were gonna compare that to like Instagram views, it's, a lot, because an Instagram view is like a millisecond. These are 30-second continuous watches, and they don't recount. Only one person can count once. It's insane. So if you look at the video in the background, I want you to see, and the audio is off, it's super high quality. It's Brad and his wife, and they're touring properties, and it's very HGTV-like. It's high quality tours. He calls the playlist $1 Million Tours. They aren't always $1 Million homes, but he publishes videos like these, and he documents listings in a way that is just beautiful and stunning. And if you remember, what do sellers care the most about? Well, sellers want the stage. Sellers want their home basking in the spotlight in all of its splendor and glory. And I got to tell you, Brad's built a YouTube channel where sellers are like, why would I list with anybody else when look what he can get from me? Because Brad has a marketable asset in his YouTube channel. And what's more, these videos just keep racking on views long after they sell. For example, he texted me this. 1 year later, still getting 800 plus views a day with a 3-minute, 30-second average time per view, equaling that video, that one video is generating 48 hours of watch time cumulatively a day. And sellers look at those metrics and they think, oh my gosh, I want to list with that dude. Now, what I also love about YouTube is there's a snowball effect. The videos just keep getting more views. So I've often said it like this, every video on your YouTube channel is like another soldier in your army. Versus on Instagram or TikTok, it's like another log on the fire. When I post a reel, it's going to burn through the feeds for a while and it will keep my engagement warm, but then the fire will consume the log. And so I have to just keep throwing more logs on the fire, keep posting. But on YouTube, everyone's a soldier in my army. My army just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger because they can generate views literally for years. Now, the real question is, are you the seller's dream agent? Are you working in a way publicly whereby sellers think, I want that. I want what she can give me. I want what he can give me. Are you documenting it on social? Because that's what sellers care the most about. And it doesn't have to just be through organic. It can also be through paid ads. Shane Bergman, one of our Rockstar coaching clients, look at this paid ad he runs. And I would tell you, this ad right here has been generating him 1 to 2 listings per month in his geographic farm, and it is simply his value proposition. Check out this ad from Shane Bergman. This YouTube, it's the commercials that play before, during, and after videos on YouTube. When the video plays, you're gonna see a little button that appears called click. And I'm gonna give you a copy of my slides when I'm done. When you get my slides, if you click that button, it will take you to a demo that I put together for you that will show you step by step exactly how to run the YouTube ads. Here's that ad though, just give it a watch.
Sierra homeowners, if you're thinking about selling, here's how our team operates. This is one of our team's newest listings in Tresona Cove. Step 1 was to strategize. We discussed pricing, timelines, and our team's marketing plan. Step 2, we sent in a professional cleaning crew and had all of the carpets deep cleaned. Smells new. Step 3, staged the home. Our team works exclusively with designers to get your home show ready. And in the event it's vacant, we can bring in furniture, like this. We don't even know who owns this. Step 4, professional photos, videos, and 3D tours on all listings, no exceptions. And step 5, host a mega open house, AKA launch party. We go all out with food, drinks, and we make it a splash. A well-planned open house will capitalize on exposure and is the most effective way to show a property. Our team loves to host open houses. Go check out one of our team's listings. You'll see the difference.
I just love that CTA at the end. Go check out one of our team's listings. You'll see the difference. It's just a level of swagger and confidence, and I love it. Once again, when you get my slides, all you have to do is click on that little guy. It's a PDF, but it will take you to a video that I made for you that is step-by-step instructions on exactly how to run YouTube ads. Or there's another instructional video if you follow my podcast on Tom Ferry's YouTube channel. It's called This Week in Marketing. There's a recent episode that will show you step-by-step how to run that ad campaign for yourself. These are the most underutilized ads in marketing on the internet. You should check out YouTube ads. They're insane. Some of the stuff I like about them is the audience targeting options. With YouTube ads, which remember, YouTube is owned by Google, so really these are Google ads. You can target your geographic area so that only people in your area see your ads. You can target people who are homeowners in those areas, people that Google believes are planning a home purchase, people that Google believes are moving soon, people that Google believes are searching for real estate agents. Wait, what? You heard me. There's an audience that Google has already pre-established where your YouTube ad can be in front of the very same people who are already running searches like best realtor in your local marketplace. So they'll see you on Google, they'll read your reviews, and then they'll see your ad on YouTube, and you're going to just be in their mind. You are going to be in their head, and they're going to think of you as being that leading listing agent in your local marketplace. Now, if you're looking for a lot more context on social media, that training suite I told you before that I have, Marketing Pro, there is a course also called Cracking the Social Code, and it's all about video and social media. And here's that same QR code, that same WMP20 to get 20% off. If you're interested in another course that's like 3 hours on social media marketing, just make sure to scan the code. It talks about YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all organic, and it's part of Marketing Pros. The same code as the one I showed you before. Okay, we got like 13 minutes. We're doing okay. Last section. Oops, I hit a link. Sorry, I hit the wrong thing. Last section is lead magnets. Lead magnets. Now, this one's going to be a little bit technical, and you're probably thinking, Jason, everything's been technical. And it's a good thing this session is being recorded because I probably did put too much content into a 60-minute presentation. So you might want to watch this one twice or 3 times. And again, it's your business. You don't have to do everything we talk about today. But what if you do one of the things we talk about today? Sierra's like, we knew that would happen. It is kind of my nature. It's sort of like my toxic trait is I just over-index on content in presentations. This one I'm excited about, but it's sort of a DEFCON 1 nerd factor, if you could. All right, so I want to explain to you what it is, and then we'll talk about how to execute it. Meta is the parent company of Facebook and Instagram. So what you're seeing here is a Facebook and Instagram ad run by the Move Me to Texas team, one of my coaching clients, Katie Day. And the ad says, buying or selling a home at the same time in Houston can be complex. Our free guide makes it simple. Click to download the guide, and it says selling your first home in Houston. Seamlessly transition dream to reality. Move to your dream home today. So the ad that we created is right in front of you. And she is targeting locals, like a 15-mile radius in Houston where she does business. Now, what you're seeing isn't new. I'm willing to bet that you yourself have clicked on download PDF types of lead generating calls to action. A PDF download is not an atypical, unfamiliar lead magnet. You've probably heard the expression lead magnet. I mean, my goodness, in the book right here, Building a Story Brand by Donald Miller, he talks all about you need a lead generating PDF. And so what I'm talking about today is, let me get my little stack of books neat again. I'm talking about lead generating PDFs. That's the name of the game, lead generating PDFs. So if they click download, what's going to happen, and I'll explain this, is without ever leaving Facebook or Instagram, your customer will have the opportunity to download the PDF. You're not driving them to a landing page. This is happening inside the app on Facebook or Instagram. So the PDF might look something like this. This is what Katie put together. She designed it in Canva, and it says, the essential guide to selling your first home in Houston. What you need to know before selling your first home, and then questions. I'm giving you an example visually that it's short and sweet. She did design this in Canva using a template. It's not, this is a DEFCON 1. This is a little bit more involved. But here's what I want you to consider for a second. You've likely downloaded a PDF before. PDF downloads aren't new to our industry. We've seen download my seller guide, download my buyer guide. We've seen those kinds of offers before, and the problem with them is they're too vanilla. They're too generic. They don't have enough niche nature to them that somebody's truly interested in them. So what I want you to consider for a moment is, what if instead of having just a general buyer guide or seller guide, what if you subdivided the seller guide into, 12 different guides, 12 super niche guides. One PDF guide was like selling your first home. That's a lot stickier than selling a home, because if I'm somebody who's selling my first home, that's a little, okay, well, because it's more specific, it must be better. That's the assumption of the user who sees the ad. Preparing your home for sale, selling your home to downsize, selling and buying a home at the same time, selling while still living in your home, selling after you've already moved away, selling when relocating, relisting a home that isn't selling, understanding home sales and commissions, top mistakes sellers make, investing or selling an investment property, using options for using your home's equity. These are just ideas in terms of what those PDFs could be. Now, you don't have to do all 12. You could do one of these or two of these or three of these or six of these. It's your business. I'm simply making one point to you, that if you niche down, if you get more specific, you will increase the likelihood of somebody wanting your PDF. But you may be thinking like, well, how am I going to target them? I'll get to that in a little bit. Now, one of the other challenges is, who's going to design and write all the contents for these? And that's where I would encourage you to consider a tool like ChatGPT. So on my screen now, you should be seeing a QR code that if you scan this QR code, it will go to a Google Doc. And I wrote a single prompt, and this one single prompt is designed for ChatGPT to go ahead and write the contents of all 12 PDFs at once. Now, if you want to write them one at a time, that's your business. You can do that. But I wanted to give you something to get you started. And so I would take this prompt and put it in ChatGPT, copy it out of the doc, paste it into ChatGPT, and then poof, you let ChatGPT write. Now, ChatGPT is not designing your PDF. It is writing your PDF based upon the instructions I gave it in this prompt. In terms of designing your PDF, you have two options. You can use tools that have a lot of AI built into them. Canva is amazing. Microsoft Designer is amazing. Adobe Express is amazing. And they can simplify, not do it for you, but streamline the act of creating a PDF, or you could just outsource it. There are freelancer markets like Fiverr, like ProFinder on LinkedIn, and like Upwork, where you can just hire somebody. And what I would do is I would probably hire 3 or 4 people for the same job. And then whoever you like best, that becomes your person, and then you give them the other 11 PDFs, for instance. So that's all there for you in the slides. I'm going to give you a final QR code at the end to download all the slides. So if you missed any QR code so far, you're okay. You haven't missed out yet. The QR code that matters the most is the very last QR code today, because that is access to all my slides. Now, let's review what we talked about. I'm going to go back a little bit. So she's running an ad on Facebook and Instagram. People are downloading a PDF. not just any PDF, but a very granular PDF, because that increases the stickiness of why I want it. It's more on topic for my needs. She's using a tool like ChatGPT to write all 12 different PDFs and then running them at the same time. Another advantage of this is, and this is going to be hard to articulate, I'm going to do my darndest. Within side of Meta ads, which is Facebook and Instagram ads, when you write your ad copy, so for example, if I look over here at the ad copy, it says buying and selling a home at the same time in Houston can be complex. I am telling Facebook and Instagram the very use case my PDF is describing. Buying and selling a home in Houston at the same time can be complex. I am effectively feeding it keywords that is telling its AI who to show my ad to. So my targeting with the ad may only be targeting anybody and everybody within 15 miles of my office, because those are my limitations. But what I can rest in knowing is that there is an underlying algorithmic AI that is looking at the details of my ad, trying to decipher who it's best serving and who it's for. And so what will happen is this ad will get smarter over time. And I'm going to recommend this. Super low cost. What Katie does is she spends like $1 per day on each respective ad. And so the ad starts to learn who to show it to, because it starts understanding, oh, well, the people who want this PDF are people who it believes are buying and selling at the same time. So it starts to target in a way whereby you are not allowed to target on Meta. I hope that makes sense. Let me know in the chat if it made any sense at all. I'm just kind of scanning through the chat for a second here. Okay, good. It made sense. Thank you for explaining that. Good. All right, perfect. Some of you say repeat. I'll do it one more time, Clayton. If you've ever run ads on Meta, you are limited in terms of who you can target. You can target like a 15-mile radius. Otherwise, you're potentially stepping into restrictions because of fair housing. But what you don't know and what you should know is that ultimately Meta, their number one purpose is, I want to try to get all my advertisers' ads in front of the audience that's the most likely to convert, because I'm getting paid when they convert. And so Meta is motivated to show ads to the right people. And so how does it do that? Well, it has an AI that is looking at the copy and your captions and all the text, and it is trying to, and even the copy in the PDF itself, looking for clues about who it's for. And so by saying, and I showed you this example here, by this ad saying buying and selling a home at the same time in Houston, it's effectively backfeeding the exact audience it wants Meta to show the ad to. And so over time, this AI will get smarter. I would not run these ads for like 2 days. I would run these ads on and on and on, because over time they're going to keep getting smarter. Keep that in mind. And then what Katie does is she doesn't run just one of these. She has multiple ads running for all the different PDFs at the same time. And so what's happening is the AI is like, oh, it's a 15-mile radius around Houston, and we know that these people are first-time sellers, and these people are buying and selling at the same time, and these people, and it starts establishing the characteristic traits of who needs which PDF. And so now you're getting this super granular distribution of the right audience with the right need in your marketplace, seeing the different PDFs. And it gets smarter and smarter over time, more and more leads over time. I'm just looking at okay, Clayton gets it now, so we're ready to, if Clayton gets it, we're gonna move on. Because I have one more slide I wanna show you, and then we're gonna wrap up for the day. There's the prompt. You can design it yourself, or you can hire someone to design it. And last, I'm willing to bet most of you have never actually run such an ad campaign on Meta. So what I've done is, if you scan this code, I have created a step-by-step tutorial that will walk you through. It's literally, I'm not kidding you, it's 34 steps. It is 34 steps, and it will document, and I literally tell you what buttons to push and what to type and what to do to run this ad campaign on Meta, because I want you to become more listing dominant through local SEO, through social media promotion, through lead magnets and ad campaigns, leveraging social media, leveraging the web, leveraging the internet. I want you to be every seller's choice in your local marketplace, to become listing dominant. And these are some of the marketing techniques that will best position you to be the incumbent to win that next listing. Now, for slides, all you need to do is go to either jasonpantana.com/Sierra-JP, make sure it's all lowercase, or just scan that code. and you can go get my slides right now. They've already been uploaded. Right now, go grab the slides and start clicking the links, start watching the tutorials, get to work, and get yourself more listings. jasonpantana.com/all lowercase Sierra-JP. Sierra-JP. The slides are there for you. All you have to do to get them is an email address, and then you are in. All right. I'm going to turn it off in 3, 2, 1. All right. Hey, JC.
Awesome. Jason, thank you so much. This has been incredible. The chat was going insane. It was so valuable. I'm also going to drop in the chat here for you guys. So we're going to be down in Dallas next month. So we'll see you in Dallas at the Tom Ferry.
Dallas.
Yes. And so if you guys want to hear more from Jason, definitely would encourage you guys to go. It's a fantastic event. It's not just Tom Ferry, it's everybody from that whole organization and folks from Keeping Current Matters and Curator and some other companies that are just true experts in their realm. So I'm going to drop a code in here for you guys. We have a friends and family code for all of our Sierra customers. Definitely take advantage of that. It is Dallas in August, so it is fairly hot, but totally worth it. Totally worth the trip.
Yeah, but the hotels are cheaper.
Yes,
So
100%. Exactly. Well,
thank you for
Jason,
having me. That was such a fire hose. Watch the webinar again and make sure to get those slides because all the resources are there, and get some more listings.
Yes. Excellent information. Thank you so much. And guys, we'll send this recording out later today. And if you have any questions for us, feel free to give us a shout back at hello@sierrainteractive.com. Make sure you follow Jason on socials, and we will see you guys next time. Thanks so much, Jason. It was great.
Thanks. See ya.
Bye.